Hello everyone, my name is Jesus Manuel and I'm here on behalf of Euclid Teach to present the Baro project. To start, Baro is a financial assistant that aims to reduce ants expenses, small unnoticed expenses, and provide better expense control for individuals seeking to improve their financial literacy. But what are ants expenses? They are those
My
expenses
golf.
that accumulate without us realizing it due to their seemingly insignificant nature, but they end up significantly affecting our finances. First, this is a home page. This is an index page which provides information about what Baro is, who we are, and updates on what's new. Then we have the login page where you can log in using an existing account or create one if you don't have it. This is the main page divided into three sections. The first one is recent expenses, the second add income, and the third one add expenses. When you start an account, your balance will be zero, so you won't have any recorded expenses and you won't be able to register any until you add income. It's important to know that recent expenses will only be visible for 1 day period from when they were added. Now moving on to the graphical sections, previously recorded expenses will be stored according to the respective day and week. The data for each week can be better visualized through these graphs and statistics. Additionally, we can delve into each individual day for more information, seeing more representative data, and more importantly, the breakdown of all the expenses for that day.
We agree that it isn't the same to spend on a hamburger one time that to be paying every month for Netflix, water, electricity, etc. These last ones are the expenses that in Baro we know as frequent. That, as mentioned before, are those that have a periodic amount, therefore infrequent is where we are going to register those expenses with their date of payment, their period of collections, and even descriptions. They are changed automatically every time their date collection paces. There, there are complement of the next expenses, which are those that, as their name says, are close to paid. So we can have a prevention about them.
The saving plan segment is developed based on previous weeks, generating a saving goal through artificial intelligence. It shows the overall balance for that week, the corresponding saving goals, and the achieved savings. Next, the expense classification takes the expenses you've made throughout the week and classifies them into six categories. The first one, frequent, essential, and non-essential expenses. The second one is variable essential and non-essential expenses, unexpected expenses, and expenses that represent the small expenses and they are unnoticed. And finally, we have the expense prediction section, which takes your last 100 expenses and predicts your total future expenses, future status, growth, and decline.
In config part, you can see and edit the data of the account. Furthermore, if you want, you can change your profile. And you can choose the subscription that you want. And finally, in this part, you can log out of your account. What future possibilities does it have? The future possibility that we have planned for Baro mainly is the family module, which will allow you to have parental management with secondary accounts. This feature will enable you to monitor the finance of your family members. We are also working on implementing the ability to purchase subscriptions and developing a mobile application for the iOS operating systems. Additionally, we are introducing tools to manage different currencies and a dedicated section for taxes. Moreover, you will have the convenience of generating periodic expenses reports and receiving expense records through SMS. Lastly, we are working on enable Baro to automatically pay your expenses.
We have chosen this particular project. The idea came up during the first semester, when all the teams were tasked with creative virtual assistant. Initially, we thought about deploying a virtual chat platform for teachers and students. However, we realized that we lacked the necessary knowledge to build that the idea to life. So we decided to explore another options. So they began to think and noticed that people were spending money without much thought. This led to the fundamental concept of creating an app to track expenses, hence the birth of what we know as Baro.
I'm going to tell you about the creative process that the project went through. Firstly, the color palette was chosen to represent tranquility, security, and confidence in the user, just as the font type poppins was selected to provide a comfortable and simple view of the represented information, thus allowing for extended continuous usage by the user. Regarding the mascot, we thought of something that the people would better relate to saving and that would be easy to remember. Therefore, without much hesitation, we decided to use pigs in different designs.